Let's see. Alrighty. So today, we are back with another episode of the Birmingham Barons franchise. We're taking on the Trash Pandas again. We still have 4 more games to go against them. There is someone in free agency that I'd like to actually pick up. He's a little bit lower on the list. If he's too high of an overall, then so be it. But should be in here somewhere. If I can't find him, then that'll be a-okay. Here we go. So I've been thinking about this kind of all day. I kind of want to sign Tim Beckham to a 1-year deal. He's going to be a really highly paid fucking AA player, though. Alright, so let's sign him for $560K. He's the former... Okay. He's a former first overall pick. So that's kind of big. He can bring a lot of pop to the bat for us. Work him into the lineup. Oops. Here, let's go ahead and just cut it. Release. Yes, sir. And then let's go ahead and go back and sign Beckham. And again, he's not going to start. It's not going to really change much to the lineup, besides the fact that we're going to be having a guy who we'll bring him in for a couple years. Okay, sweet. So he's going to accept it. Please don't tell me that put him on the 40-man. Because if that did, I'm going to be a little mad. And not on the 40-man. He's wants to be depth, but that's too bad. Go ahead and send you on down to... Oh, he's already at AA. Sweet. All of his stats are going down. He is a little bit older, so but he's kind of a player that can play any position. Now that I'm seeing it, I actually see that he can fill in that position at third, or not at third, but at right. So that way, where is he? Remillard can, except he actually got a hit. So we'll still have Tim Beckham coming off the bench. Because I kind of still like the lineup overall. Now, with that being said, let's actually just get right into this game. Let's see. I did find out a little piece of information today that the Trash Pandas used to be the Mobile Bay Bears. So they're a very close team. They're still, I think they moved a little bit outside of where they used to be. But they're actually a rival of ours, which is making this a little bit more interesting, as Lincoln Hensman is going to be our starter, getting his first start of the season. To be honest, I was a little unimpressed with our pitching performance down the stretch, or in the 13th, or not necessarily in the 13th inning, but the guy who gave up all those innings, I think that was a Robio, he gave up a decent amount of he gave up 3, which forced us to lose. There's a few things that we could have done better overall, but still pitching was kind of a big deal that I kind of want to focus a little bit more on. Alright, with that being said, let's get this first pitch underway, as Lincoln Hensman is going to throw a pitch which is going to be chopped right away for a base hit, as that's going to go through the defenses. He's going to get a double on the first pitch of the day, which is already starting off bad for us, as we need to get off strong. But Rocket City looks like they're beating us to it. Lincoln Hensman is going to throw a pitch, as that's going to be a strike, making it an 0-1 count. Back to what I was saying earlier, for a big chunk of the game, we actually kind of got a decent amount done, as that's going to be cracked, absolutely cracked. That's going to be the first home run of the series and season for Sanger, as they're going to start off with yet another 2 lead to start off the game. We started off weak, now back-to-back games, as Hensman's going to throw pitches. That's going to be a cutter. That's going to be fouled off, but it was really just kind of overall just not a very impressive performance by us, as it's starting off kind of rough again, as that's going to be chopped, as that's going to make it through the defense, and that's going to be a base hit for Rocket City, as they're just kind of cruising through this inning so far, as Hensman's going to throw a changeup just outside of the zone, making it a 1-0 count. Hensman's going to throw the pitches. That's going to be a cutting fastball, as that'll be a strike, making it 1-1. We kind of went, you know, for a lot of innings last game, so a lot of our backup pitchers and reserve pitchers are going to be looking a little tired in this game for sure, as Hensman's going to get the batter to pop out, as Tomsha's out there, and he will make the catch, forcing the runner to retreat back to first base, making that the first out of the inning. Connor Justice is up, who actually kind of wasn't really overall that impressive, but he did get an RBI for them. I think it was a pop fly. So, there is that. They're going to try to steal, as they're going to get the steal there, as we could not quite get the tag in time, as they're going to pop it up yet again, as Tomsha will be there, as that's going to force the runner to go back to second. Lincoln Hensman, really that's not very, as he's going to pop it up yet again, as Tomsha's going to be forced to run out there, as that's going to be chopped, and that looks like that's just going to be another double, as this is starting off really poor for Birmingham. This is looking very rocky. This is a very rocky of a start for Lincoln. Hopefully he can kind of change it up in the next few innings, as that's going to be a chopped foul ball, making it an 0-2 count. That's going to be a changeup that's going to be just inside for a ball, making it a 1-2 count, as that's going to be a strikeout. Hensman's first of the season and first of the game, hopefully for many more. Yeah, it's really just not starting off that good for us, as it's already a 3-0 hole that we're working with. We got Ronald Escalona to start off the game for us. So it's Andrew Wantz at the pitching spot there. He's going to hit the ball, as that's going to be a pop-up, and the center fielder will catch it. Not quite the double to start off the game that he got last game, but still a decent contact on the ball. So William Jang is up now, facing off Andrew Wantz, as that's going to be a pitch down and low for a strike. William Jang, solid game, 1 for 4, RBI. Could have been better, but could have been worse for sure. As he's going to, he also had a walk in that last game, as he's already facing an 0-2 count. Really, we need to be a little bit more patient on the bag today. Just kind of how we need to be successful, just kind of in general, as William Jang fouls it off there. It's just kind of how we have to perform better and do better, as he fouls it off yet again, as that's going to be this is the 5th pitch upcoming from Andrew Wantz, as that's going to be low, and that's going to be a 2-seam fastball that's going to be a ball, making it a 1-2 count. William Jang's going to hit it right back up towards the pitchers. That's going to be a base hit, as Jang's starting off the day right with a 1-1 count. Or not a 1-1 count. He's starting off 1 for 1 with a base hit. AJ Green up to bat now. He had a really rough game last outing. 0 for 6. Didn't get a base hit. Kind of rough on the bag too, on the plate. But hopefully he can turn that around. That was right down the middle with a fastball, as Wantz is now 0-1 in this count. AJ Reid hoping to start off this game strong. As Wentz will give him a pitch right in the sweet spot as he's going to get his first base hit of the season. As Zhang's going to try to go to third, as he will get to third with ease. We're looking at runners on the corners with one out. So Matt Scholes coming up. He had a really impressive game. He could have won us the game yesterday as he almost had a home run. As he's going to hit that, as that's going to stay foul and not quite be enough. But he did have an RBI. I think he was 2 for 6 that game. He did a really good job for us. As that's a low ball again, as he will be fouled off, or he will foul it off. He's going to foul it off yet again for the 3rd straight pitch. As now we're making Andrew Wentz work a little bit, unlike what we did with the pitcher from yesterday. As he fouls off yet another dinger, as that's the 4th in a row. Wentz pitches, as that's going to be a changeup that's going to get me, as that's going to be a strikeout, and that's Wentz's first of the game and first of the season. Now we have Adolfo coming up, who also really had a poor performance up to bat, or at the plate yesterday. Hopefully he can turn that around, as he's actually starting off really well with some patience here with a 1-0 count. He's going to chop the ball, as that's just going to be a routine play, and that'll be an out, causing us to not get any points on that inning, which we could have easily capitalized off of. Hopefully Hensman can have a little bit better of an inning now, as he's going to allow yet another base hit, as that's going to be a single for the batter. Jack Krueger's going to look at a strike here, making it an 0-1-1 count. Hensman's going to throw a low fastball, making it a 1-1 count. We hopefully can get a double play here, as that's right down the middle, as that could have been crushed, and that's a 1-2 count now. Pitching looking to be an early struggle for us, as that's going to be hit right in the middle, in the gap. So that's going to be yet another base hit against Hensman. That's going to be a questionable call there, as that's called for a ball, as it's now a 1-0 count. It's going to be popped up. Adolfo's going to be running for it, as he's going to make the catch, as that's going to advance the runner to third base. Except can they capitalize on the play unlike we could? Alright, we're looking at Sanger now, who's down 0-1 in the count, as he's going to hit the ball towards William Jang, and that's going to get over his head, as the struggles keep on coming, as that's going to be 2 runs allowed by Hensman, as he's now looking at 5 runs in his first 4 outs, as we need to have a little bit of a talk with him. It's just not looking good for him. 5 runs for first couple innings. We're just going to get a couple guys warmed up here. Hopefully that can strike a little bit of confidence into him. But it's already really not looking good for us. Okay, that's going to be an 0-2 count now. As hopefully Hensman can kind of turn it around after that mound visit, as that's going to be cracked right down the middle, as yet again a run will be allowed. Possibly. Nope, we will not get the tag out there. So that's going to be yet another base hit. And just like that, we're going to have to pull Lincoln. That's just really unfortunate. I was kind of hoping he could turn it around, but pulling him already. As we saw a little bit of Ian Hamilton last game for an inning. He did pretty good from what I can remember. I think he struck out 2 of his batters. I thought, but maybe not. As he's going to line it right towards the second baseman, as that's going to be a base hit towards the center field. So I don't know what happened out there, but that could have been easily turned into a double play. Connor Justice is now up to bat. Ian Hamilton's going to throw a nice fastball now. Out. And that's going to be a strikeout, as that's going to be the second out of the inning, as Ian Hamilton's starting off pretty well. Even though he did allow a hit, but he quickly made up for it with that strikeout. He's going to get him to foul the ball off there, as it's now an 0-1 count. That's going to be a low ball, as it's now a 1-1 count. I feel like a lot of our reserve pitchers did really good in that last game. That's going to be a strike, as it's now a 1-2 count. In that last game, really just kind of came down to poor performances. That's going to get him caught. He's going to get caught looking there. That'll end the inning. So hopefully we can turn something around here. As that was just this has been a rough start for the Barons, as Yerman Mercedes is going to foul this ball off. On the offense, we kind of just didn't really perform up to standards as I had hoped. As Yerman Mercedes is going to crack this ball, and can that stay fair? It does. That's going to be Yerman Mercedes' first hit and first home run of the game and of the season. That's going to take a little bit of the ding out, as it's now a 6-1 deficit. That's also our first home run as a team, as that was an absolute crusher as it hits that post out there, out in left field. Tomsha's up to bat, as that's going to be a great play on defense for the out, as Tomsha's now 0 for 1 on the day in batting. We have Laz Rivera up to bat now, who had a decent day yesterday, not the best, but he's looking to have an even better day today, as he's going to crack the ball here, as that's going to slice right on over to the left fielder, which will be an easy routine play out and left. We have Zach Remiard now up, who's going to hit the ball, and that's going to slice foul, as that could have been a really nice hit had he gotten that to stay in bounds. So that's going to be chopped right over at third base, as yet again we're not being patient on the plate. However, Yerman Mercedes did get that nice pop with that ball and got us a home run in that last inning. It's going to be kind of a struggle to see who and what we do with this pitching for this game, as we're going to throw the ball on over to first, as that's going to be the first out of the inning. Hopefully Ian Hamilton can handle a couple more innings worth of work, as that's going to be a really nicely placed ball to get Kevin Mation to swing at that for a strike. This is going to be another strike from Ian Hamilton. But as I was saying, I hope he can handle a couple more innings worth of work, as that's going to be a ball, making it a 1-2 count. He only has 3 pitches, 2 fastballs, and a nice cutter. That's going to be a strike using one of the 2 fastballs, the 4-seamer, as that's the second out of the inning, as Hamilton's really picking up this slack for pitching in this early going, as that's going to be sliced foul, as that'll be a 0-1 count now. Ian Hamilton is going to get fouled off again, as it's now an 0-2 count. And that's fouled off for the 3rd straight time. But as I was saying, Ian Hamilton features 3 pitches, a 2-seam fastball, a slider, as we're going to see there, which gets fouled off, and a 4-seam fastball. Arguably, his best is going to be the 4-seamer, as that's going to be a called strike, as we get a really generous call there. So that's going to be the 2nd strikeout of the inning, and that's going to end it for the Rocket City Trash Pandas. Going to look at the top of the lineup again. Ronald Escalona is going to start off the 3rd inning for us. He's going to foul that off. So Andrew Wance is really kind of looking at not too many pitches so far. We could really definitely make him work a little bit more. I say that as I swing a really terribly placed ball. As it's now an 0-2 count for Ronald Escalona. As that's going to be a ball from a slider, which is yet again way on the outside, as it's now a 1-2 count. Wance is really trying to get Escalona to bite. As he does, that's going to be a strikeout for the Trash Pandas. William Jang is going to swing at a fastball, but there's really no way he could have been able to hit that, because that's going to be an 0-for-1 count now. As Jang's going to hit that, and that's going to pop in the fair play, and that's going to be Jang's second hit of the day, as he's 2 for 2 already. He's really becoming a really reliable player for us. As AJ Reid is coming up, as he's going to hit the ball foul, as he's 1 for 1. He's gotten more hits in this game than he did all of last game already, as he's hopefully kind of turning it around, as he's going to foul that one off, as Wance threw that one really low. Watch out for Jang out there. He can really move, as he's going to get caught stealing. I don't know how that happened. It looked like he got his hand back on the base, but right as I was saying something, he's going to look at he's going to get caught stealing, as AJ Reid swings for a strikeout, as that's going to end the inning, as we're going to go into the 4th inning down 6-1. Ian Hamilton is going to throw a slider that's going to make Gerwitz back off the plate a little bit. Going to get a nicely placed ball, as that's going to be a single for Gerwitz, and Ian Hamilton giving a single up in his first batter in the 4th inning. This is going to be another slicer, but that's going to go right to Jang, who's going to drop the ball. So that's going to be an error on Jang, as just as he was picking up the slack in batting, it looks like he's slipping up a little bit out there. So that is a drop. As that's going to be caught quickly by the third baseman, Remillard. Really got to get that name down. But that is a really nice play on defense, and that is going to be the first out of the game. Ian Hamilton going up against Chris Rogers, getting him to swing at that, as it's going to be an 0-1 count now. Ian Hamilton going to go with the same ball, same place, same everything for the same exact location, or for the same exact result, as that's going to be a strike, and that's going to be a foul ball, and we're going to get it, and ooh, not quite the double play on there, but AJ Reid getting that, making it the second out of the day. That's going to be a ball for Ian Hamilton, who's starting to lose a little bit of control out there on the plate. A little bit worrisome, as he's going to get a strike there. This could be his last inning, as I think it actually will be, as he gives up a absolute crushed ball for a home run, making it now 9-1, as he was doing oh so well. As with that being said, we are going to go ahead and put in Caleb Freire, who got one strikeout last game. He was a pretty good reliever for us. Hopefully he can limit the damage a little bit here, as that's going to be a strike against Giambroni. That's going to be sliced fouls. The ump has to duck out of the way there, so it's now an 0-2 count. As that's going to be chopped on over to Remillard, something, as that is going to be an out, the final out of the top of the 4th. At this point, we're down by 9-1. We got to find something on offense. It's gonna be almost impossible for us to come back from this, as Skull absolutely crushes this ball, forcing the center fielder to run back there, and he will make the catch. What a catch out there on the warning tracks. Adolfo is now up to bat, and he will hit the ball foul, as that will be a 0-1 count. Adolfo is going to slice it foul yet again. Adolfo is going to hit it again, except that's going to be a fly ball right to the right fielder, as that'll be the second out of the inning. Up to bat is now Yerman Mercedes, the only man to score a single run this whole game, as this is going to be a ball, making it a 1-0 count. So hopefully we can get a little bit more production out of that bat as he swings it, and that's going to be a routine fly to the center field, as that'll be the third out of the fourth, going into the fifth inning now.
Leading off for Rocket City, the left fielder.
That's going to be a routine fly now, as Adolfo will be out there and he'll make the catch, and that'll be the first out of this fifth inning. As you can see here, Lincoln Hensman really just kind of slipped up here and just caused 6 runs in the first 2 innings, which is just not acceptable by any means. So Ian Hamilton came in and just kind of, did the best he could. He started getting tired and allowed another 3 runs, which really kind of didn't help at all. As it's now 9-1. We have Caleb Freire in there, who's been pretty solid, as this is his third batter of the day, sorry. As that's going to be a called ball, and that's going to be a 2-2 count now. As Freire will get the strikeout, and that'll be the second out of the inning, and Ferreri's first of the day. To bat we have Jack Krueger, who is looking at a ball there, so it's now 1-0 for his first at-bat against Caleb Freire, as he's going to swing at that highly placed fastball, and that'll be a strike and a 1-1 count. So it's going to be outside the zone for a ball, making it 2-1. It's going to be popped up, and we're going to go out there and going to make the catch, and I believe that was Escalona that made that catch, causing it to go to the bottom of the fifth. We have Damek Tomsha coming on in. He popped out in his last at-bat. Hopefully he can be a little bit better at the bat, as he's going to swing and he's going to hit it, as that's going to go, and it's going to be a routine play, and that'll be the first out of the inning. We have Laz Rivera coming in, and even though he's 0 for 1 on the day, he will, oops, gonna call another timeout. We're gonna try to put the newly acquired Tim Beckham in, see if he can possibly do something. He's a former first overall pick. He's pretty solid of a player, as he's going to foul that off there. Look to see him kind of used as more of a utility player, probably not getting a lot of starts. As that's going to be a ball there, it's going to be a 1-1 count. But yeah, he's going to be kind of our utility player, along with Taekwon Forbes. As that's going to be a low changeup, and that's going to be a strike. But he's got a nice pop to the bat, and he can play a handful of positions as well. So that's going to be a high fastball for a 2-2 count now for Tim Beckham. That's going to be another high fastball, so it's now a full count for Tim Beckham. As he's going to crack the ball here, as that looks like that might absolutely be crushed. And that's going to be gone for Tim Beckham's first at-bat of the season, and that'll be a home run. He has some really solid pop in the bat against lefties, and he's a veteran presence that we just need on this team. He's got plenty of time up in the big leagues. Hopefully he can present a good leadership role for the rest of the players who are looking to make that big league roster. Speaking of which, up in the big leagues, our Major League affiliate, the White Sox, are actually having a good start to the season. They're 9-3, as Remillard will take the first pitch, and that'll make it a 1-0 count. Sorry. Yeah, the White Sox seem to be having a really solid season up to this point. So Remillard is going to crack the ball here. That's going to be sliced on over to the left fielder, and that'll be the second out of the 5th inning. Off the bat, we have Ronald Escalona, who is 0 for 2 on the day, not quite living up to the success he had in this last game, as that's going to be a ball, making it a 1-0 count. Ronald Escalona is going to swing, and he's going to make contact, and he's going to get a single out of that, and he's now 1 for 3 on the day, and I believe 4 for 9 on the season. Up to bat, we have William J., who's been absolutely solid on batting today, as he pops it up on the first at-bat, and that'll be the last out of the 5th inning, and he's now 2 for 3 on the day, but still overall pretty solid for batting. As you can see, Tim Beckham's going to be coming in and playing shortstop, as we're going to give Laz Rivera a break for the rest of the day. He's pretty solid on defense as well, because again, he's played against higher competition, as it's going to be Tim Beckham there, speaking of which, who's going to make the throw on over to first base. He's going to pull him off the bag, right as I was praising how he's played against higher level. In his first ever defensive play, he throws A.J. Reid off the bag, as Adolfo is going to have to make the plays. He's going to catch the ball out in center field for the first out of the 6th inning. But yeah, we signed Beckham to a 2-year deal, so hopefully he can, really kind of make that leap to being a good role player for this team. As you can tell, he's already starting off strong with the bat, which is great. As that's going to be a ball, making it a 1-2 count, as Freire is going to get him to pop up, as that's going to be foul by the looks of it, and Tomsha is going to make the catch out there, and just outside in foul territory. Chris Rogers is now up to bat, as that'll be fouled off, and we're looking at an 0-1 count. And that's going to be swung on and missed, and it's making it an 0-2 count now. And that's going to be a slider that goes way too far outside, as that's down a 1-2 count, and that's going to be cracked but fouled off, making it a 1-2 count. And that's going to be a swung on and missed strikeout. That's Caleb Freire's second of the game, and that'll end the top of the 6th inning, putting us back on offense. Up to bat, we have A.J. Reid, who's having a solid day, 1 for 2. As Wentz is going to pitch it to him, and that's going to be absolutely crushed for the 3rd homer of the day, as that is just out of here, making it a 9-3 deficit now. Little by little, we're hoping to kind of put it back into a reasonable score, but we're really finding some pop in the bat in this game, which we couldn't quite do in that last game. So Matt Skoll is now up to bat, as he's going to hit the ball, and that's going to slice foul, as he's going to be down 0-1 in the count now. Matt Skoll is going to hit the ball, and that's going to fly, but that's just going to be a routine pop-up for the man out in center field, as that'll be the first out of the 6th inning. Now up to bat, we have Adolfo, who's looking for his first ever hit of the season, as that's going to be sliced foul, as he's just been really kind of struggling at the plate He's just not really been able to get much going for him. He's going to hit the ball there. That's going to be hit really hard, as that's going to be absolutely crushed. And yet another time where it's his first hit and a first home run of the season and of the game. Him and Mercedes getting their first hits off of home runs in the season is a great way to start off getting your first hit of the season. So that now makes it a 9-4 deficit for us. As up to bat, we now have Yerman Mercedes, who's going to slice that foul. Who's 1 for 2, a solo home run in this game. He's playing really solid for us, for sure. As Yerman Mercedes is going to crack that one, but that's going to be yet another routine play for the man out in center. So that'll be the second out of the inning. We have Damek Tomsha up to bat now, who is 0 for 2 on the day so far, so he's kind of hoping to get something going there. He's going to slice that one fair, as that's going to be a hit, and that's going to be his first hit of the ball game. Slowly but surely, our batting has kind of come together, as Tim Beckham's coming in to bat for us when he got his solo home run last inning. As that's going to be a ball, as he's probably been the most patient for us so far, out of everyone up to this point. And it's going to be a 1-0 count. As he's going to foul this one off, as he probably shouldn't have swung at that one, as it's now a 1-1 count. As he's going to smack this one, as that's going to keep on going, as that's going to be gone for yet another home run. So that is back-to-back home runs. This one coming with another RBI attached to that for Tim Beckham, as he's 2 for 2 for 2 home runs. Tim Beckham is really showing that he wants to be back on a major league team. And it looks like the Trash Pandas are actually putting in a new pitcher, because it looks like Wance is just done for the day. He's been giving up a lot of runs lately. As Zach Remillard is going to get a nice little base hit here, as things are really piling together for the Birmingham Barons up to this point. Just a couple innings ago, we were down 9-1. It looks like we're actually putting together a nice little, story on offense to make a push for this lead again. As Escalona is going to foul it off twice, now making it an 0-2 count. And he's going to strike out, as that's going to be the final inning, or the final out of the 6th inning. So we're going into the 7th inning, only down by 3 rather than 8 as we were to start off this past inning. Or I think we were down 6 this past inning, but we still put a nice chunk, or we took a nice chunk out of the lead that they had. We're going to get Ruiz warmed up, as he was really solid for us in that last game. Let's also let's not get Arobio warmed up. Let's get DePicchio warmed up. Alright. As this will probably be Freire's last inning. That's going to be a strike and an 0-1 count. And that's going to be absolutely smashed, as Tomcha is going to try and get that, as he won't. That's going to be a ground rule double. And that'll put a man on second. Caleb Freire is going to get a strike here. So that'll be an 0-1 count against Trent Giambroni. Caleb Freire is now 0-2 on the count here, as he's going to strike out Giambroni, as that is his 3rd of the game. Edwin Yan is going to think about swinging at that, but he doesn't, but it's still going to be a strike, and it's now an 0-1 count. As he's going to smack that one pretty good, as he's going to throw that, and he did not try to go home, as now there's a man on first and third for the Trash Pandas. Freire is going to throw a changeup here, who's going to be a nice strike, nicely placed strike, as it's an 0-1 count now. So that's going to be fouled off, and now we're looking at an 0-2 count. Looks like Freire is getting just a little bit tired out there, as that's going to be a fastball that's placed on the outside. Freire is looking to get that final strikeout, as he does. That's going to be a slider, and that's going to be the second out of the inning, as they're going to, looks like they're going to keep Freire out there for that final out of the 7th inning, as that's going to be a strike to Jack Krueger, who's swinging at that and just could not place the ball. Freire is going to get him to foul that one off, as it's now an 0-2 count. And can Freire get that final strike? And he does, as that was an exceptional inning by Caleb Freire, as he got yet another strikeout. William Jang's up to bat, who's having an overall pretty good day at the plate, as it looks like they're going to have Jose Ruiz come in after this inning, as William Jang is going to swing at that, and he's going to make a nice contact with it, and that's going to drop in there for his 3rd hit of the day. They're really showing off the offense on this game, as Jang is now 3 for 4 on the day. And they're not going to get him out this time, as he was caught stealing the last time he got on base, but not this time. AJ Reid's going to smash that one yet again, as that is another home run for AJ Reid. So he's having a monster day along with Tim Beckham, Yerman Mercedes, Adolfo, and just overall this whole offense, that's going to put us to within 1, as it is now in a 9-8 ball game. As Matt Skull's going to get a nice hit on this, but that's going to just get hit right to the right fielder, and that'll be the first out of the day. Speaking of which, here's Micah Adolfo, who got that home run earlier. He's 1 for 3 on the day, as that's going to be thrown to the outside for a ball, making it a 1-0 count. And that's going to be popped up here, as the first baseman will make the catch for the second out of the inning. Up to bat, we now have Yerman Mercedes, who got his first hit at the plate in this ball game, as he's going to slice that one foul, and it was for a home run. So just overall, just having a really solid day, as he's going to slice that foul yet again, as he's looking at an 0-2 count now. As that's going to be a wild pitch here, as Yerman Mercedes actually swung at that, but he's going to get there off of a wild pitch, as that's a man on base now. Now up to bat, we have Damek Tomsha, who's 1 for 3 on the day. Not overall having the best day, but still having a pretty okay day. As he's going to swing the ball there, he's going to look like he's going to hit the gap there, as that's going to send Yerman Mercedes around to third, as he's going to push for second, as Yerman Mercedes is going to stay at third. No, he's going to push for home, and he's going to get caught, tagged, and that's going to be the final out, as there could have been a man on second and third, but instead, Yerman Mercedes gets tagged, and that will be out. As Jose Ruiz comes in now, as he has 5 strikeouts on the season, as he's had an exceptional game last game, as he really wants to be the closer of this team, as that's a curveball just to the outside. In today's game, we have 8,700 people in the stands. Not quite as much people as last game, but that is a strike by Jose Ruiz. The 1-1 count. Jose Ruiz is going to get him swinging on that curve, or on that changeup, sorry, as it is now a 1-2 count. As Jose Ruiz is going to get him to hit the ball. Tim Beckham showing off why he was the first overall pick with that exceptional play on defense. as that's the first out of the 8th inning. Brandon Sanger with the home run earlier, as that AJ Reid's just going to pick that off. That's going to be the second out of the 8th inning. That's going to be a curveball here, so it's going to be just outside. Jose Ruiz is so far playing closer to a contact. He looks like he's aiming more for contact in this game rather than strikeouts. So it's going to be tapped foul for a 1-2 count. As Ruiz is going to get him to foul off yet again, as it looks like he's going for his 9th pitch of the day, as that's going to be sliced over to Tim Beckham, who picks it out of the air again, up in the first place. And they're putting in Luis Pena in the game, who I believe was their closer last game, really kind of locked this up. As Tim Beckham is in the game, 2 for 2 with 2 home runs, as Pena is going to throw a ball there, making it a 1-0 count, as he really has to be careful with how well Tim Beckham's been playing on defense, or on offense and defense. As Beckham's going to smack that one yet again, as he's 3 for 3 with 3 home runs. As that's going to tie up the ball games. We were down 9-1 at one point, and now it's all tied up at 9 apiece. Holy smokes. As Zach Remillard is going to swing and miss at that one, as that's now 0-1 count. Zach Remillard is going to look at a very low placed ball there, as it's a 1-1 count now. With the 1-1 count, Remillard is going to slice that one foul, as it's now going to be a 1-2 count. That's going to be way off, as that's going to be a 2-2 count now for Zach Remillard. He's going to slice that one right back up the middle. So that's going to be the shortstop on the play, who will make the play. So that's going to be the first out of this 8th inning. Up to bat, we have second baseman Ronald Escalona, who's having a 1 for 4 day, not quite as good as his last game, as he's going to smack that one, as that's going to give us the lead in his first home run of the season, as that's going to be yet another home run for this electrifying Barons offense today, as that's going to be a 10-9 lead for us now. As yet again, I'd like to remind you, we were down 9-1 at one point. We've since gone on a 9-0 run, and we've taken the lead here at the bottom of the 8th inning, as it looks like they're going to put in Jose Rodriguez in his first appearance of the season so far. And up to bat, we have William Jang, who's had a really solid day up to this point with a 3-4 performance, as he's going to slice that one on over to third base, and that will be he will be thrown out on that play for the second out of the bottom of the 8th. Up to bat now, we have AJ Reid, who's also had yet another just electrifying day with 2 home runs, as he's going to swing at that curveball, as he was way too early on that swing, as it's now an 0-1 count. As that's going to be another curveball, and that's going to be a ball for a 1-1 count now. AJ Reid is going to foul that one off, and that's going to make it a 1-2 count. AJ Reid also 3 for 4 on the day, where he went 0 for 6 in that last game, as that's going to be a ball for making it 2-2 now. As that's going to be a swing and a miss, and that's going to end the 8th inning here, as that's going to send us to the top of the 9th, as it looks like they will take out Jose Ruiz and put in Danny DePacchio, who hopefully can get us this save. And this is going to be his first appearance of the season as well. You didn't see any of them in that last game. As that's going to be a strike with a splitter, as that's going to be an 0-1 count now against Rogers. He's going to foul that off, making it an 0-2 count now, which putting him down this early with only 3 outs left to go. So he's going to crack that one. So that one looks like that one's going to leave the park, and it will. And that's going to be a home run, tying up this ball game, as this game just seems like it's going to go on forever with the back and forth home runs, as that's going to be popped up here for Tomsha, who's going to get it, and that's going to be the first out of the 9th inning. Giambroni's up to bat now, as he's 1 for 4 on the day. Had a pretty solid day up to this point, as he's going to swing and miss there, making it an 0-2 count. And looks like that's just going to be hit right on out to William Jang. He's going to make the catch for the second out of the 9th inning. Edwin Yan's not going to swing at that splitters. It's going to be a wise decision, making it 1-0 now on the count. A nicely placed strike there by Danny DePacchio is going to make it a 1-1 count, as that's going to be absolutely crushed by Edwin Yan, as Mike Adolfo is going to have to run for it. He's going to make the catch, ending the top of the 9th. Hopefully we can get a walk-off win here. Matt Scholes up to bat, as he's 0 for 4, where really can make a case for any one of those at-bats to be a hit and even a home run. Matt Scholes now up to bat, as he will smack this one, as that one's going to get hit nice but foul, as that's going to make it an 0-1 count for him. As he's going to foul that one off as well, making it an 0-2 count. And he's going to swing at that curveball, making it 0 for 5 for him on this ball game. Up to bat now we have Mike Adolfo, who's 1 for 4 with a home run. He's been a little bit better in this game, as he's going to slap that one on over to third base, and that's just going to be thrown on out, as that's going to be the second out of this 9th inning. German Mercedes is up to bat now. Hopefully he can get another home run and get us a walk-off home run here, as we're looking at the last out of the bottom of the 9th inning here, as he's going to crack this one, as that's going to be hit very well deep, as that's going to keep going, as that's going to hit the wall. German Mercedes is going to run for second, and they're just going to let him get into second there with no problems asked, because that was a really well hit ball by German Mercedes for his second hit of the game. Damek Tomsha's up now to bat. He's 2 for 4 on the day, having a really solid day. He's going to bloop this one on up, and that's going to be hit into the infield, as that is going to be a hit, and that's going to put runners at first and third for Tim Beckham to come in, who has been electrifying. 3 for 3, 3 home runs, 4 RBIs on the day. Not to mention the outstanding work he's done on defense as well. Can he go 4 for 4? As he's going to hit this one right into the gap, as that's going to hit there. Now it's going to drive in the game-winning run, as Tim Beckham goes 4 for 4, 3 home runs, and 5 RBIs on the day. And that's going to win us the game 11-10 when we were down 9-1 at one point, making us 1-1 on the season. I'd honestly like to say Tim Beckham. Yeah, Tim Beckham's definitely going to be the player of the game on this one. He came in, we signed him, didn't really think he was going to contribute much. Laz Rivera is kind of, getting a rest after the second inning. After the second inning, I think it was around the 4th inning. I kind of just thought, his day was going to be done, or that our day was going to be done anyway. So I put Tim Beckham in, who was absolutely electrifying for us, and he's the reason why we won that game. I mean, I don't know who else I could have given it to. He was outstanding on defense. Besides one play, he hit he hit the ball every single time in play, if not out of the park. He just was incredible for us. And then we had AJ Reid stepping up for a really good performance on like the first game of the season. Yerman Mercedes was great for us, and so was Micro Adolfo. I mean, as you can see, it's kind of just laid out as to who the top performances were for us, as that's going to get us to 1-1 on the season, as that was a great, absolutely just great performance by us. I'm just going to have to think about if I just make Tim Beckham the starter, is he really wants to make a push for that major league spot. He's not on the 40-man roster. He's on a 2-year deal worth $1.15 million. Snagged him up for a pretty good deal, and it seems like he really wants that spot on that White Sox team. And if he keeps playing like this, I don't see why they can't. I don't see why they can't call him up, especially if he keeps playing like that. But with that being said, I really do hope you enjoyed this one, and I will catch you in the next one.